Okay, this looks pretty good. Oh, you're making noise. Quit making noise.
Ma'am?
I'm teasing. I said quit making noise, but I'm teasing.
Sorry, I was just getting situated.
That's why I said I'm teasing. I gotta move this. You better not. Hello, Miss Nita. Hi, Jamie. How are you? I gotta hold on to the phone just a second so it don't move. Don't move. How is everyone tonight? Hi, JJ. Hi, Jules. Hey, Peppy. We had some technical difficulties. And as you can hear, it's raining outside. Hi, Ramona. Hello, lurkers. That's not me. I didn't do it. That's Barry. He did it. Anyways, I'm going to wait a few more minutes. I'm hoping a couple more people jump on. I have some fantastic news. Hi, Nelson. How are you, sweetie? Hey, Barry. Other Barry. Barry L. We have a Barry L and a Barry B and another Barry. There's 3 berries that come on here once in a while. Oh, I've got some fantastic news for everybody, and I'm so excited. I was almost in tears. I was jumping for joy. I was so happy. Come on, people. Of course, it is a Friday night, so, you know. Jamie says raspberry. That's cute. Okay, well, I guess they can go back and watch it later because I'm just too excited about getting started and telling you guys the fantastic news. Anyways, you guys all have been praying for a lot of people, which you know I appreciate greatly. And you know that prayer works, right? Well, here's what happened. I got a phone call from Tony and he said he needed to talk to me. So I get on the phone with him and I ask him what's up because, you know, part of me is considering things being pretty bad all over. And he says, "You're not going to believe what happened." And I said, "What happened?" And apparently he went to go get his car fixed, right? And while he was sitting there, he was reading a magazine because he had to be there for a long period of time. And while he was reading the magazine, he sees this article about an immunologist. And that's a doctor that takes care of, you know, diseases. Hey, Jamie. Hi, sweetie. How are you? So while he's reading it, he decides to take a picture of it and call the guy. So he calls the guy. This doctor and his regular, Vanessa's doctor, talk. And Vanessa's doctor is not too happy about it, but he goes ahead and sends all the information to this other doctor. Now remember, if you guys don't know, Vanessa had a bunch of different... she had a bunch of different plaques and spots and stuff all over her brain. And that's why they were so scared. And so, anyways, this guy goes ahead, takes x-rays or CAT scan or whatever he did, and there's absolutely nothing in her brain. No scar tissue, no lesions, no nothing. Absolutely gone. And I had goosebumps from head to toe, and I was freaking out. And they are so excited, and I got to talk to Vanessa. She sounds like a whole different person. I am so happy. So now what we're going to do is I went to go buy them some hydrogen peroxide, and they're all out. If anybody can find food-grade hydrogen peroxide for sale out there, please let me know because Amazon is out of it. And I know that's happening right now because of the stupid coronavirus and blah, blah, blah. But I told them, keep taking the peroxide. She's been doing that, which thank God for that. And I'm just so excited. I can't stand it. Hi, Jeff. So I wanted you guys all to know the good news. And they said, thank you very much for the prayers. And Tony will come on later. And no, I don't have sprouts. But I am just really overjoyed. This is how God works. I mean, overjoyed. So now we're just going to work on the histo and we're done. Okay? Toilet paper, Jeff? So they said, thank you very much for all the prayers. They're really happy. Hi, Deb. And yeah, God is great, isn't he? I mean, absolutely great. He works miracles. So now I'm hoping that gives them some hope and gets them some fight. She sounded really good. So, all right, we'll go from there. Anyways, guess who I have online? You'll never guess. You guys will never guess. Yeah, Jules, I do that all the time. I fall asleep praying because I get so crazy. Yeah, I know, Jamie. All of us, everybody, I know a lot of people have been praying really hard for Bob and Vanessa and Connie and everybody else that's been needing prayers. I mean, seriously. And Ramona, as soon as we're done tonight, make sure that you tell everybody, everybody in your family that needs the prayers, because we'll add them to the prayer list. But I have Mr. Barry Browning on the line. Say hello.
Hello?
Can you guys hear him okay? I want to make sure that they can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yes. Okay, they can hear you. Hi, Barry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
I'm
good.
nervous.
No, you're not nervous. You're fine.
Trust me. Trust me, I'm nervous.
Okay. Don't be nervous. You're amongst friends and family. You are fine. And it's raining like crazy outside, guys, so I apologize if it's that noisy. But this will be fine, and you'll be fine. So you're doing okay?
I am.
Besides being nervous?
Yeah.
Do I have to say that like 3 or 4 times?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I
No.
know. I know.
If I start thinking about next week, I'll just start getting nervous about that.
No, don't be thinking about next week. We'll help you through that too, won't we, guys? Don't forget
And
he's.
we've been.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
That's just the wait has just been just waiting on it, and then it gets right here, and it's like it's never going to get here. And then you got everything else that's going on with the virus and all that, so it's just been kind of hectic, kind of.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
there's a lot of people panicking about this virus, and I tell people, I've said it thousands of times, you got to be cautious, be careful, but do not panic. It's the panic that they're looking forward to, you know? They want people to crack down and freak out, and you just don't need to do that. And what this deal is with toilet paper is beyond me. I cannot stand it. But everybody out there, it's just, you got to understand. Hello, Rod. Okay, let me stop just for a second. Chris Jarvis is listening, but he can't get in here, and I don't know how to bring him back. I tried looking for him in some of the chats, but I can't find him. So Chris, if there's any way that you can at least change one part about your name, we'll put you in there or something. I don't know what to do because I don't know how to get him back. I contacted YouTube, but they haven't written back to me yet. I told him I've lost 8 people that say that someone kicked him out and we didn't do it. And these are our regulars. And so I don't know what happened. Anyways, that part done. Sorry, Chris, and I hope you can come back in. I don't know what to do. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm sorry you got booted, but it wasn't from us. I promise you that. So, anyways, Mr. Barry, I hear that you have had some kind of experience.
I have.
Okay, well, would you like to tell us about it?
I can. I sure can. First off, a lot of folks. I mean, people either see something, get into it. I was fortunate enough to have 2 grandmothers from Mississippi that both talked about boogers. I don't think half the people believed them, but they both talked about it. So I heard about them from a little kid, growing up. Didn't really have any experiences when I was younger, but I guess my first one was probably when I was still married to my ex-wife. Lived in Madison County, Mississippi. We were sitting outside. We both worked at night at a car plant in that area. one screamed down from the creek. We had a creek that ran right into the Big Black River. One screamed out, and yeah, I'll never forget it. You know, I've looked over her to ask her if she heard it as she was running past me going into the house.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Oh, my.
you know, the funny thing about that is 3 days later she didn't believe in them again.
Really?
That's where I just figured out some folks, their brain's not going to wrap around it. It's just not.
What did she think it was?
She never would. She never would say. She said, I have no idea what it was. You know, at the time, that's what she thought. That's what she thought it was. But you know, 3 days later, she was back to the not believing stage. So.
Did you ever hear anything that sounded like it online afterwards?
I have. I can't remember. I heard one today. There's one out there today. The video came out today, but they call it a banshee scream. It's kind of like that. If anybody's heard that, I forget who actually put it out. I'm sorry that I'm forgetting that.
You're fine.
But it was a lot. It was lower. It was more caveman sounding than anything.
Really?
I mean, it was just
Yeah, I've heard yeah, I haven't heard the scream, what you're talking about, but I've heard the yell. That's the, like, not the volume is low, but the pitch is low. Right? Or was yours a higher pitch but lower volume?
Lower pitch. It just wasn't as high. You know, I would just assume, just from the way. I mean, it sounded, it had to be a male. Just from the sound of it. And thinking what I've heard to be females later on, but the only way I can describe it it literally sounded like like I'd been transported back in time and a caveman was screaming.
Really?
And there wasn't any warning. There wasn't anything. We both worked night shift. We were outside smoking a cigarette, fixing to get ready for work. So we weren't expecting it. I mean, we're just sitting there.
That's how most of it happens, though, isn't it?
It really is. I had thought, I had, heard and seen stuff. I had been messed with a couple times fishing there. It was a 40-acre property. Had a couple ponds on it. And one time I just knew something was sneaking up on me. And the next day when I really looked to see where that whatever it was that was there was sneaking up, it was just pure thorns, briars. It made no sense. I honestly started questioning, did I really hear what? Because I just couldn't see anything could get through.
Really?
But that's just me guessing and thinking out loud, I guess. I don't have any proof or anything.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of people out there, Barry, that live in the wooded area that there's tons of thickets, and they said that they've seen them just plow through them like nothing. We can't. We'll get cut to pieces, but they just plow through them. But look at all that hair, and their skin is so thick.
Right.
So. Okay. So continue.
Actually, the very first, and some folks know, I'm not actually an outlaw. I camp with them, and camped with them numerous times. But the very first time they ever had a meet and greet that I went to, I passed the road, the very last road I had to turn on to go to the camp. I passed it when I first got there. I went up just a little bit, and we're out in the middle of the country. I just whipped the truck around.
Yeah.
When I straightened it back up, or as it was straightening itself back up, I catch something, and it's just a blur. It goes across the road. My eyes finally I see it when it comes out of the tree line on the right, but my eyes don't really catch it until it goes into the tree line on the left.
Yikes.
I don't remember. I think I may have told one person at that camp out that because it was too surreal. I mean, I was like, nobody's gonna believe it. I don't know if I believed it at the time.
Yeah.
But wasn't a deer too big to be a deer? Too blonde. It was actually too blonde to be a deer. It was a blonde color, beige blonde. Is the only way I can describe it. And as I got back up on the road, this place we camped at, it's in North Mississippi. But just going down this road, there was so much sign on the road going down there. It just, I mean, if you're into this, you were just giddy about it. And I was already giddy. And then that happened, you know. And I was just, I mean, it was just a shock. Uh, the speed of it was probably. Somebody asked me what stuck in my head the most about it. It was so. I've never seen anything that fast. I've never seen anything my eyes couldn't catch. I didn't think my eyes could catch up with.
Yeah, I understand that.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
If
I
that makes
understand
sense.
that totally.
I don't think it. I think it was just crossing the road. I don't think it didn't expect me to turn around. I think it was just luck, nothing but luck.
Where were you, if I can
We were
ask?
outside. We were in North Mississippi outside. I'll just say we were close to Carroll County, Mississippi. I'll put
Okay.
it that way.
Okay.
But it's they're notorious for being seen up there. I mean, I don't know how big the county is, but the population is so low. It's like a big national forest, the whole county. But and all the surrounding counties. We've gone up there, Campton Road and called all night long, right, just and rode literally all night. Um, I guess that's one good thing about living around here, at least.
Yeah,
that
well.
you can experience that if you want to. You don't have, but you don't have, but you do not. People think you've got to get so far out, y'all. You don't. I used to think the same thing. They're right on the outside of where we are. You know, you get 15. You get into the suburbs and and when it starts getting just a little bit rural, they're there.
Yeah.
They're in the south, they are. And
Yeah, I've heard that. From a lot of people, I've heard that. So have you.
I've, right. I've actually got an audio that was so close to. It was honestly so close to I-20 that I thought about when I got it. I was like, I don't know if I'll ever. I'll even tell anybody where I got that. Because it was like it shouldn't have happened. You just wouldn't have thought that it would have ever happened that close to a major interstate.
You
I
have
probably
the
wouldn't have
you have the
a mile and
audio?
a half. I do. I can't get to it at the moment, but I do. It was recorded. I went and dropped one. I don't even remember why. I just had to go drop one there that day. And I had one audio recorder that I bought for another reason other than Bigfoot a while back. I didn't even notice that it didn't have the little connection on it to be able to download it to a computer. So basically, I've got to go back and re-record it over to another audio recorder and then download it.
Yeah, I have a hard time downloading my audio because I use that stupid program that automatically, when you plug it in, I didn't realize that there were those little USB cards. I didn't realize that they had those little cards on them, and I just plugged it in the computer, and it would just pop up on this website, and then it would upload them, but I couldn't share them. I couldn't even. It says that you can turn them into MP3s and share them, but you couldn't. So I got really mad. I even tried to save it so I could upload it someplace else, and it wouldn't let me. So I just got irritated with it. And then someone told me that it had one of those cards in it, and I was like, okay. So now I know I can just pull that out, the card reader, and put it in my computer and upload it to a different program. But I got so much audio on the other stuff, I was so mad because I had some really good audio. But which one do you have? Or which one are you using?
Recorder,
Yeah.
Olympus.
Oh, okay.
That Olympus recorder you can get at Walmart for. If you a couple times a year you can find it for $29.95, but I think normally it's $39.95.
Yeah, I've seen them a lot. They're talking about. There's another one that you can get, Taz something or other, that's on Amazon, but dang, they're expensive.
Right.
I was just looking at them.
They work fine to me. Debbie Jones was actually the Sisters of the Moon was actually the first one that recommended them to me. And I went out and got a couple of them. But that's I guess one thing about me though, I never have worried about I mean, a lot of folks get audio. They just want to get it online. So people, I just never have been real big about just broadcasting everywhere. But I guess it's probably because I'm not going to take too kindly to it when the first person that says it's a lie or it's this or it's that. When I know what it was and where it was recorded and so forth, I probably don't not patient enough to defend it. In other words, but
Yeah.
I do. I've got some stuff that I'm hoping to get here in the next couple months to get on YouTube if I can.
Yeah, that's like I said, I like the recorders, and they don't seem to mind the recorders. I've never even thought about buying a game camera or nothing like that because I probably wouldn't use it anyway. But I was thinking about making a parabolic mic like Robert Dodson did because I was sitting in his garage the day he was making his. I was laughing so hard because he couldn't get it to work, and he finally threw it across the room and then came back in. About 5 minutes later, he went to his camper that he had out there, slammed the door, and then called us. Sandy was with me, and he called us because he had made coffee. So we went into the camper, and he was just grumbling like an old bear. And I said, "What is your problem?" And he goes, and all of a sudden, a light bulb went off, and he left us sitting in his camper and went back out there and fixed the parabolic. And I started laughing, and he goes, "Oh, I got it! I figured it out." And so he used it quite often. And he did a really good job. So I told him, and he says, "This is all you need. This, and this, and put it together." And after he was done, it would look pretty generic, but it worked really well. So I was pretty happy. But I haven't never thought about anything but a recorder, and of course taking my camera out. Do you use a camera or you use a phone when you go?
If I'm going to pull a camera out, I mean, usually it's going to be my phone.
Yeah,
Even though I've got one, it's not a great one, but I've got one. It's just to me, it's just so hard to get video or a picture of them. I mean, audio, like you said, they don't seem to mind it. I've had them, I've had it where you can hear them run up to the darn thing 15 minutes after I leave,
oh yeah, me too.
and pick it up, and start and play with it, and then you can hear them pressing and poking on it
Really?
for the next 29 hours, except for a lot of the daytime you can't hear it, but
Yeah.
the rest of the time you can, and it finally turned itself off. I mean, at first I thought it turned itself off until I listened to it, and I'm like, I think it turned it off,
Yep,
whatever it was.
probably. Yep, I've gone through that too. I understand what you're saying there. They're jokesters, aren't they? They're brats.
It's almost like if I didn't know any better, it was almost like they assigned. And I know this sounds crazy. I'm not saying this is what they do. This is just what it sounds like. It's almost like they assign somebody, or one of them, just to sit there and monitor the darn thing.
Really?
Um, I mean, unless it was just the perfect spot, but you could hear things around it all night long. But you could always hear one that was fairly close to it. And like I said, it was. I mean, you can hear it pressing on it. I took the recorder. I was trying to think of a way, just to keep from having to put the recorder by itself out there. So all I did, I actually cut a hole in the top of a pack of cigarettes, some 100s. And if you cut a rectangle hole there, the mic is in the top of the recorder. I just slid the recorder down into the cigarette pack. I think I had a napkin wrapped around it. But it kept it out of the weather, kept it out. Plus I can drop it or throw it wherever I wanted to.
Right.
But I've done that a few times just to, mainly just to keep the recorder. And also if it's cold,
Yeah.
it seemed to work a little bit longer if you can put something around it to protect it from the cold. But,
So they didn't mind you littering in their house?
well, I did go back up and pick it up, so I'm hoping that they're not going to come citizens arrest me for littering on their property.
Oh my goodness. I haven't even been looking at chat. I'm sure there's a lot of people that popped in that I haven't even paid attention to. Sorry. Hello, all you new guys that just came in, guys and gals. And Barry B is on the phone with us, Barry Browning. And he is going to be headed out next week to go where?
South Central Florida.
Yep, he's going with the crew down there to Florida. This should be fun, huh? Are you worried at all about the coronavirus? Hello, Tim.
You know, it won't be that way once I get there. I'm probably more worried about just because you don't know, and you want to, I want to say it's just a bunch of BS, but who knows?
Well, it's
Um,
not the virus itself is not BS, but the panic is.
right.
The nationwide panic and the everything that they're doing by posting it all over the internet and stuff like that and telling people all this garbage that is ridiculous. The panic part is absolutely ridiculous. So
I took your advice and started taking garlic about a week ago.
yeah, I live on the garlic, and I'm telling you, I swear by it. That and the peroxide. I'll do the peroxide throughout my house, and I went to the store today, not to get toilet paper, but I went to the store today, and I could not believe that almost every shelf was bare. I mean, I walked out shaking my head. All I went in to get was some tuna fish for my husband. Let's see, what else did I get? I got apples. I mean, I was just walking around shaking my head. Nobody had masks on. Nobody had gloves on, and there were people just lined up everywhere, and the shelves were just empty. And I said, you know what? The creating the panic is what's going to cause more damage than the actual stuff. Than the actual disease. I think it's smart to stay away from very very large crowds because some people just don't care if they're sick. They'll go to the doctor, with a family member or go in to get a prescription refilled, and they're coughing all over the place, and they don't even think about covering their mouths and stuff like that. But heck, we've gone through so much of this stuff, and I just can't believe that people are actually panicking. I mean, that just bothers me. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, I think you're gonna be fine, going down there, and I'm hoping that you guys are safe, and you know that you have a good time. I'd really hope you guys have a good time. I hope you do catch something. You know.
Yeah, I don't see how I'm gonna have a good time. I'll be, really surprised if we didn't. Uh, it's gonna be an experience. We'll just put it at that.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. And then of course,
It's very easy. The closer it gets to it, to kind of just start and daydreaming. What if, scenario, this and that. Uh, you just did. I mean, I don't care how many times you've been out in the woods, how many times, uh, you think you've been close to them. When you go down there and kind of try to do what we're going to do, it's going to be nerve wracking too. I mean, it's
yeah,
going to be an experience of a lifetime. I'm not down there to try to, make them mad, carry us, beat us over the head with, and I'm probably not even going to carry a weapon, a gun. But the ones that are, but we do not shoot at them. Anything. With the guns, if you do have a gun, it is not for, for any kind of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, anything like that. It's for the hogs, gators, and so forth.
exactly. I wouldn't be concerned about anything down there except for hogs. Quiet, Rick. Anyway, egg. Sorry. I caught
Good
that.
old Rick.
I just happened to
Good
look
old Rick.
over when he started, when made his comment. So, of course,
Rick is
that's
hilarious.
yeah, that's how most you boys are on this chat. Anyway, hi everybody that
Yeah.
just came in that I missed. Welcome. All right. So, what other kind of experiences have you had, or what else? What do you think?
Um, I'm trying to tell you a couple I have. I researched with a guy, an outlaw's named Mark Henderson, for a while. We used to go to Bienville National Forest, which is east of Jackson, Mississippi, which I live outside of Jackson. Um, there's been sightings there. I don't know if y'all know a guy named M.A. Causey. He's been on a couple shows, but he was the one that actually was feeding them in Bienville for a few years, and then went down there without food one day. They not only chased him out of there, but ended up at his house 2.5 hours later.
Oh my goodness.
You know, we if he was gonna tell, if he was gonna tell us where it was at, we were bold enough to go. We really, just getting into it hot and heavy, and hey, that was the opportunity of a lifetime, so we went. Been a few times. That's the Bienville National Forest is the only place I think that I've ever gotten out of the truck and said I'm getting right back in the truck.
Really?
It's just where I've actually got the feeling that we're not supposed to be here. And it's not going to end up good. Where it came from, I don't know. Um, I think a lot of times people talk about mind speak and so forth. I wonder sometimes if it's not. We're thinking the thoughts, and I don't know why we would think that they're sending them to us, but we're thinking, or if whatever they're doing to us, infrasound, whatever it may be, if it makes us think those thoughts, and it may not be. I don't know. I have
Yeah.
no idea. I'm not going to dispute anybody. I've learned a long time. I would never dispute. If somebody says it happened to them, I'm gonna go with. Okay. It hadn't happened to me, but most of the folks that I know that do this, they're not gonna lie about stuff. Just because of what's gonna come if they ever got caught lying.
Yeah.
You're pretty much ruined. I mean.
Yeah, really.
And you should, and really you should be, because there's enough of crap out there anyway.
I think there's enough
Um,
people out there that are so stressed out and PTSD from it that you're actually slapping their face if you're going to lie and hoax.
yeah,
You stop a lot of people from coming forward when you get caught doing stuff like that. And I think that's one thing that, about people that lie a lot. You're eventually going to get caught, and then there's no going back. Once you're caught in a lie, there's just no going back.
right,
So that's the hard part. I mean, you can turn around and tell somebody, like you said, I don't know. I mean, I think this is what it is, and that's not lying because you're not 100% sure. You think it's what it is, and that's fine. But there's a lot of people that will actually say that. Well, I'm pretty sure I saw this, and this is what I know I saw. But that doesn't make them a liar because someone else didn't see it. And when someone's playing around with CGI and stuff like that, they're going to get caught.
right.
They're just going to get caught. That's all there is to that. And then they never, even that one guy that says, he'll never hoax again, people still don't even talk to him. You know?
I can't remember his name. The guy that had the body a couple times.
The one after him.
I
The
can't
one that
remember his
actually
name.
was kind of with him in the beginning. I can't remember his name, but he started out with him, and he knew it was a hoax, and he went with it. And then afterward, he said he didn't think it was not Rick Dyer, the guy that was with him. And then he said, I wasn't sure if he was actually going to do it or not. And I really didn't think that. Yeah.
What's his last name? Biscardi?
No, not Biscardi. Dang it, what is his name? But he's been on, he had a YouTube channel for a little while, and then he was gone. No, it wasn't Biscardi. It was a younger guy. It was not Biscardi. Go to Chris's channel. About tab, unhide. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Jamie. I'll do that. No, Tom Stanley wasn't with him. Kane. No, it's not Kane. Kane's that jokester. Dang it, what is his name? Not Smaja. What is that kid's name that he was actually on TV with him when he said that he had a body? Remember? And then he backed out and they were just going after Rick Dyer. Anyways, all right.
I can't remember.
I can't remember his name, but he wasn't really popular, but he just jumped on the bandwagon and then recanted his story, and nobody believes him now about anything. But anyway, okay, where else? Go ahead.
That's probably the biggest thing that I learned from a lot of from the guys in the Outlaws, guys and girls, was that if you have an encounter, when you tell it the way it happened, and then don't deviate from that. Because if you do deviate from it, some folks are just gonna say that you're and then you really doing this, you can't. If somebody gets it in their mind that you may fake something or done anything like that, they're not gonna get it. It's hard to get it out of it.
I don't understand how you can change your story if it happened. You know what I'm saying? You can add to it if you remember stuff, because sometimes it'll take a while. But I'm remembering stuff now that I don't remember when I first had my first interview with Vic Cundiff. I started
Right.
remember stuff after that I never said on the show, and it took me a couple years, after that or about a year after that before I remembered certain little details because I totally forgot. I was just so I was so shocked at what happened, that I forgot minor details.
Yep.
I don't know.
So I was thinking about Vic. A funny story about Vic. Back when this is like back in the Blog Talk days, the Outlaws were doing the show. Vic was on a show, and I'm not going to remember this guy's name, but the guy passed away, and I can never remember his name. But when Vic first got into doing some stuff like this, he did the show with the guy, but they did an Outlaws broadcast from a camp out, and they had one walk up on the guy that hosted the show with Vic. I mean, he was 5, 6 feet from him, supposedly, and I had no reason not to believe it. I've been meaning to go back and listen to that on Blog Talk. You can, I mean, but it's on the air, live on the air, and they're asking, "Do you want to shine a flashlight?" And this guy, he's so scared. He's begging, "Please don't, please don't." I mean, you can't help but tell it's real. But we happened to go there on another camp out of ours, and we're walking up on a tree, and Bear was telling me about this garbage can that they had dropped some food into, and they had actually picked the can up, went up a tree with it, and left it in the tree. And I'd be doggone that the darn can was still in the tree. When we went there, it was just wedged into in between the trunk and the limb.
Oh my
Which I thought was
gosh.
just crazy. But I was talking about Mark Henderson earlier, and something that we saw at a graveyard one night. We stopped at a graveyard. We're sitting, I think we even called maybe once or twice, but we're sitting there. Neither one of us has a FLIR, and we've got 6 or 8 things that's just, and they sound bipedal, and they're coming from all directions at us. I'll never forget that as far as just, just how nerve wracking it was. But they didn't care whatever it was. I never saw what it was. It sounded bipedal to me. They didn't care. They weren't trying to hide the fact they were coming up on us. But needless to say, we were out of there pretty quickly. And looking at FLIR and looking to buy FLIR the next week.
I'm sure you were. That's I would love very much to have a FLIR. I think at one point I was thinking about. Remember, I said a while back that I had a monocular night vision that the grandkids broke, and I went online to look at night vision or FLIRs and blah blah. I didn't go anywhere. Rick, quiet. Anyway, I went to go look, and I cannot believe the prices of that stuff. I don't know how, these people can afford some of these things, but FLIRs are like $1,000 or better. They're really expensive, but can you imagine? My husband has one of those heat things that you point at a window because he was selling siding and windows. And it's a heat gun, and he just points it at a window and tells him the temperature. And I was thinking about taking it outside and pointing it. I was laughing. I'm so silly sometimes. But after looking at him online, I realized that, it takes a lot of money to do this kind of stuff. And so you got to look at it that way too, like we were talking about. Someone is hoaxing. Why would they spend that kind of money, to go out there and do something that dumb? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Must be awful bored.
I've never met these supposed jokesters that are out in the woods doing stuff, hoping that somebody walks past it.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of people in the woods too now that I'd be a little bit nervous about. What is that? I hear music.
Not here.
I can hear it outside. It's really weird.
Oh, what?
Like it sounds like someone's blasting music outside. It's pretty far away, but I can hear it. It's funny. Anyways, So have you ever had a face-to-face?
No,
Have you ever had a close encounter?
not, not, no.
So your
I have
closest was
not.
the one on the street in the vehicle, right?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I think they've been closer than that, but such as the graveyard. We're talking Mississippi in the middle of, I think it's probably July or August. I mean, there's so many places you can, with the way things grow, and as grown up as it was, they basically got right up on us. That time or whatever it was. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that's what it was, but and but that's probably. But as far as the face to face, no. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that I was led into it easily like that. Um, I wouldn't want to come into it like Carrie did and just they're not real, and then next thing you know you're staring at one. Um, that's probably and that's one thing that aggravates me, about the whole thing about not admitting it or it's not coming out. Um, is the fact that it really does scar some folks. Uh, it really does.
Well, of course it.
And I think a lot of them that if they had any kind of notion that it was there beforehand, um, I think it would be a lot easier on them.
Well,
But when you're
yeah.
told it's not there when you're just told it's not there your whole life, what else would you think when you saw it?
So you think that if the world is told that Sasquatch exists, then more people wouldn't be freaked out with PTSD if they saw one?
I think, yeah. I think if people that have PTSD that did not know they existed, if they somehow or another knew that they could possibly exist, I think a lot of them. I don't think not all of them, of course, but I think some of them it could. It definitely could.
Well, I
It's
think
just
if you
such a
were,
shock.
I think if you were raised with pictures of Bigfoot and them telling you that they were in your local woods, number one, I don't think people would be taking their kids out camping on weekends. I think a lot of that would stop. But in the same breath, I don't really know if it would change because you can look at all the pictures you want, but a face to face will never change. It's still unnerving. I'm surprised that I don't have severe PTSD. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think about
Yeah.
it. I think about it a lot. Because my sighting was so close. But you know, if I just if I wouldn't have went looking for it at that time, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't go to that place and I was just out in the woods like normal, and I came up across
Hmm.
it, I think seriously, I'd have some severe PTSD. Because I didn't even know anything about them. I don't know, and you're going out and you're actually looking for them. I don't know if that would ease the shock or not. What do you guys think on chat? Do you think it would ease the shock knowing ahead of time that they existed before you saw one? Do you think it would ease the amount of PTSD out there? I mean, we're talking like from now on. We're not talking about the people that have had it in the past, but another reason to panic, right, Jeff? Yeah, see, some people are saying yes and some people are saying no. It's just hard to just guess. I guess it depends on the
Yeah.
person then. I guess it would really depend on the person. And then yeah, you're right, Jeff. Then I think you'd actually, because people are so afraid of the unknown, that you'd have people out there wanting to kill them. Wipe them off the planet. And if they are in fact, like some people say, interdimensional, that's not going to happen. I don't know. I don't know. This whole thing is just unbelievable to me. It's just a world
Yeah.
above a world above anything I've ever expected.
And it's true what everybody says. The longer you look into it, the more questions you have. It's wild. It's crazy how it's like that.
Yeah, how
But
can you not?
you were talking about the face to face. Probably the one other time in Bible we were growled at. I don't know exactly where it was, D, but it had to be right there where we were at. I would think it was right up on us. We both. That thing growled. I looked at Mark. He looked at me. Did you "Did you hear that?" And I looked at it and said, "I felt it." And next thing I know, we had turned around and we're walking out of there. I mean, our reaction to it just blew my mind. We didn't look for it. We did. We was. It was just like, get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
We didn't run. We just turned around and we steady walked out. When the whole time walking out, we're talking about it. But we weren't ready. We didn't have a recorder going. We didn't have anything. Like I said, we weren't. We had just lost sight of the truck. That's how close we were to the truck. I mean,
Dang.
that was crazy. That really was crazy. It took a little while to go back down there after that. And also knowing the stuff that happened to Mike down there. It's a crazy place.
Well, tell them
But
tell them what it felt like when it growled at you.
it, I didn't hear it. I felt it. It's like I felt it inside before I felt it outside before I heard it.
Yeah.
It's like I heard it, but I didn't hear it. You know.
Yeah.
It's very. If you've never experienced it, it's it's a very strange experience.
Yep.
I I'd like to go through it again eventually.
You would?
I mean, but I say that if the outcome is the same,
Yeah.
I like to go through it again. But the last time I have, and I think this would probably be from 30 yards away. I was off the Natchez Trace, and I do a lot of stuff off the Natchez Trace. It's convenient, and they seem to be up and down it. But I'm just sitting there and this is early in the morning, 6 o'clock, 6:30, and a deer comes running across I'm parked in a little area, and a deer comes running across the road, middle of nowhere. As soon as the deer comes across the road, I catch something coming from the left, same place the deer came from my left. There's a tree that's down, and this tree is between me and whatever this was the whole time. But this thing is booking. And the strangest thing in the world was that it almost looked as if its head like tilted just a little bit and saw my truck. And before it ever put its next foot down, it had already turned. It was running, it was running parallel with the down tree,
Mhm.
which was blocking a lot of it.
Mhm.
And it made a turn. I went and looked. I mean, from what I saw, it almost had to be less than a 90-degree angle that it turned at. I still don't understand how it did.
Dang.
For the longest time, I tried to. It was the only thing that threw me about the whole thing. It was gray. Everybody said, "Well, it's on all fours." I'm like, I really don't think it was on all fours. But it was a definite dirt. It was a definite gray. Sometimes I'll call it a dirty white, but it was gray, more gray than anything. But it didn't have, it wasn't. It was my height, maybe 6 foot, 6'1" is what I am. Because I stood behind the lot. I went back the next day and looked at some stuff and stood there. And that's when I realized how sharp a turn that it took. But it literally looked like it noticed my truck, and before his next foot hit the ground, it was already turned.
Wow.
That was. I literally sat there probably for 20 minutes. I was just amazed. You can't believe it when it happens, especially when it happens that fast. I wouldn't even honestly. I was out in some places that I had done some stuff before, but I had some stuff on my mind. I really wasn't even thinking about it when it happened. I
Maybe
wasn't
that.
so much. I was sitting there thinking about life. I really wasn't thinking about boogers.
Well,
To be
maybe
honest with
maybe
you,
that's the key, Barry.
maybe, but the key is getting out there and doing it. If you get out there, you'll find them.
Or
They'll
they'll
find
find
you.
you.
Right?
Yep.
And honestly, even if you drive around and stop places they still find you that way. I mean, people think they go around and call them up. They're still finding you. I mean, they're going. It's just it's crazy.
That's about the
But
only word I can say myself. Is it's crazy.
it's crazy.
I
But
don't know.
I just wonder what else is out there, because I think there's more than, of course, more than just that. But just wonder what else is out
I
there that
don't
we don't
know.
know about.
I don't know. You really want to know, Barry?
Well, on my terms, which I'm sure it won't happen on those. So if I could know it all on my terms, it'd be nice.
Yeah, I think I
I tell
agree.
you, I wonder about it all. I mean, when I grew up, I wasn't the sci-fi kind of. I didn't get into. I didn't. I don't think to this. I tell this. I kind of brag about it, but I don't think to this day I've watched a Star Trek movie all the way through. Any of them.
And
It just did not. It did not do anything for me. I didn't brought me no kind of fun, no joy. I just ignored all this stuff. But then getting into this later on in life, it's a whole different, ball game.
well, I agree with you. I didn't either.
Just because of the mystery around it, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, a lot of us that do it. I mean, if they told you the truth, they're thrill seekers just like I am.
Mhm.
They like to get that rush, that thrill,
Mhm.
and that's probably what got me into it. But and then as you start learning stuff, and then you start realizing how much you really don't know, and then the mystery of it just once it gets in your blood, it's there. I hadn't been able to let it go.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And I never was into sci-fi growing up, that kind of sci-fi. I never did get into any of the alien movies or any of the space movies or anything. I was more into stuff like Frankenstein and the Blob and I love stuff like that, but I never did get into any of the spaceship stuff. And that was probably from my fear from when I was a kid when that thing flew over our heads. So I think I just kind of ignored it. But this is too tangible for me to ignore now. My it's I've already seen it, so I've already seen more than one. It's just I can't turn back. I just can't turn back, and I can't turn it off.
Right.
Hard as I try to get into, how much stuff I got to do around here. I got a lot of stuff to do around here, and time is really getting short. And I can't get away from it. All I got to do is hear a click noise outside, and I'm at the window. You know what I mean? I'm just
Oh
there.
yeah.
All of a sudden, everything else goes out the door, and I'm sitting here at the window. It,
And I wish I had a property like that. But I'm just, you find yourself getting a couple hours free time. Next thing you know, you're out in the middle of nowhere.
well, yeah, exactly. And I kind of, in a way, can't wait to move. But, I actually walked outside and stood out there and just looked around and, uh, smiled, without showing my teeth, but just looked around. And I'm just like in awe of what I don't know. I mean, this is craziness out here. I'm glad I'm not, and I don't understand, I still don't understand why people have been warned and warned and warned about, gifting food and that kind of stuff, but they're still doing it. And I'm noticing more and more channels that people are taking stuff out like peanut butter and candy and all kinds of stuff. And I don't understand why they're doing it because I don't think it's going to be a good outcome. But in the same breath, I was listening to that show where they were talking about the woo factor and the potential of them being, multidimensional and that kind of stuff. Well, how is it they leave footprints and why do they eat dog food? And I mean, I just don't
Right.
understand. I guess you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the physical capabilities that it has, I believe a lot of times makes a lot of folks think it is doing something paranormal.
Yeah.
But it may do other things that are paranormal. I'm not saying it doesn't. I mean, Lord knows I don't know. But I'm gonna have to see it and experience it.
Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat until we get there. Not like you said, not discounting those that have had that. I'm not saying anything about that at all. It's just I haven't, and I don't know if I want to. But you know, eventually, I'm sure it's going to happen at some point with all of us. If that's how it
Right.
is, I don't know. So, what about what you said? You have a friend that's had a lot of experience.
It's just a friend that I met through the Outlaws at, at at that first camp out, and we researched for a couple years together.
Mm.
Um, just did a lot of things. We kind of you know we really learned. I mean, we learned and saw and just went and did as much as we could. Just trying to learn. That's all we were trying to do. We didn't really care about proving anything to anybody. I mean, honest to goodness, it's proven. They just ain't gonna, they just haven't admitted it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think logically and you put work into it and you go look and you research it, I mean, these things. I think the last thing they found was a monk from France that, like in 800, that was writing about
Mm-hmm.
from over here.
Yeah.
So, the Viking guy, I forget his name, Lee. I can't forget his last name, but the one he wrote about him in 1100. I mean, they've been written about since for that long a time period. Yeah, there's some fake stuff on the internet, but some of it's not.
Yeah.
You can tell it's not.
Yeah.
I think it goes. A lot of times it goes back to. I mean, a lot of them. I think if you killed it and put it right in front of them, 2 weeks later they're not going to admit it's real.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's strange, but I mean, I think it's just too far out for a lot of folks. It just breaks their whole paradigm of life. Nothing, it definitely gets you to thinking about other things that you just thought that you knew about the world and other things. What else do we not know?
Yeah, I think that and Rick said it earlier. He said a lot of times, "What else don't we know? What else did they lie to us about?" I think we've been lied to for
Right.
ever since we were little and before them. I mean, for all these centuries, I think a lot of people either lied or just kept their mouths shut. But ultimately, everybody's going to want to know what they are. Bottom line is, the proof is the proof is the proof, and you can only see something so many times before you don't have to be told it's a proof. And they have to have proof and
Right.
told that it's real and tangible. But what is it? Just what is
Right.
it?
And I go with I mean, I'm one that I'm gonna go with the Melville Ketchum DNA study. I guess until somebody proves it to me that it's not legit. I thought it would. I thought the people that were involved in it, David Pilates, J.C. Johnson. There's a bunch of them, a bunch of really very credible uh, researchers. I just they sweep it under the rug like they do everything else.
Well, of course they do.
I mean,
I just like I said, I love the idea of there being something different that we don't know about because your curiosity is just piqued. You know what I'm
uh,
saying? But then well, me, I'm not saying everybody, but then you'd get to a point where you just say, I don't think I want to know anymore right now. So, I mean, I would really like to know what they are. I think that'll change a lot of people's minds to their capabilities if they knew exactly what they were.
I mean, I believe the government knows what they are.
I believe the
I mean,
government
I,
is
I
known.
believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. I mean, they know.
I think
Um.
they've known about a lot of things for a lot of years, but
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're proving
I
that
think
people panic. All you gotta do is listen to what's going on right now.
really with the way they did the national parks and everything. I'm not. I mean, I've always really kind of thought that was really another reason they set all that land aside. They knew about them back then.
Mm,
Roosevelt set it aside. Of course, he had brought back the story from the guy that got killed up in the Northwest that was beaver trapping. So I've always wondered about that.
Yeah,
It just seems awful convenient.
yeah.
And I know, and if you do some looking, I know I found one here in Mississippi. I mean, I ran up on an experimental forest that I was getting some. Well, actually, the graveyard that we had something sneaking up on us that it was in that experimental forest. Um, but there's just if you really look at that and look at how much land is set aside as federal, state, there's a lot of land out there for these things.
Oh yeah.
Do as they
I think there's
do as
still
they please.
places in the United States that man has never walked.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to walk in those places. And now they have this whole missing 411 thing going on, so you have multiple levels of what ifs. Yeah, I mean it's going
Right.
all different directions, and And people are
I've
coming
got.
up. People are coming up with all these ideas. What if it's this? What if it's that? It's government experimenting on people, and it's Sasquatch, or it's aliens, or it's black-eyed kids, or it's. I mean, the good grief. It's never ending.
I flip flopped on what I thought that was. First I was thinking Bigfoot, and then I wasn't. Then I was back on. And I guess I'll probably flip flop again on that. I don't know. It seemed awful odd to me because Pilates started writing those books right after that DNA study, and he was. I mean, if people go back and listen to some of the interviews he gave, he was pretty ticked off about when they just made a fool out of her.
Yeah.
And I thought that's what I always wondered. I was like, it's almost like he did it out of spite. Okay, y'all ain't gonna admit it. Well, let's see how y'all handle this info. It's going out.
Yeah.
But that's just me guessing, sitting back, speculating about it, of course. But,
There's a video that just popped up on my YouTube. David Pilates and that Steve Isdell. So they've got a part 1 and part 2 series that just popped up. I haven't watched it yet, but I don't know. I think that'd be interesting. I think I might watch it later on, see what it's about. But it's the two of them together.
I saw it. I think I watched about the first 5 minutes of it, and then I had to quit yesterday.
Was it bad?
No, I just didn't have time to watch. Then I just neglected going back to it.
Okay.
I don't know. No, I see both sides of Isdall. I mean, I understand where he's coming from on a lot of stuff, but a lot of times just his delivery and the way it's almost like a blanket statement. I mean, researchers. I mean, he's going to have folks not even wanting to look into it just because they think they're an idiot the minute they do look into it. It's, I don't understand why he comes at it like that. I mean, I think he's got good intentions. Just maybe sometimes they're steered in the wrong way.
Well, remember I was talking about the last live chat. We talked about people jumping on different bandwagons and not able to make up their minds. But honestly, if you think about it, with a subject like the ones we're talking about, how can you not? You have to bounce back and forth because this one makes, you have one person that makes, excuse me, perfect sense, and then, or a little bit more sense, and then as the more time you spend with them, now the next person you talk to or you listen to, now they're making a little bit more sense, or that stuff happened to you. So I can understand why people do it to a degree. I don't understand the ones that have never had encounters that bounce back and forth, but I think everybody that has had encounters or any kind of experience whatsoever, I think what happens there is you can't help but change your thoughts and feelings about it, because things do change. And now all of a sudden, something maybe that you didn't tell somebody else that happened to you, and now you hear somebody else saying it, you're like, wait a minute, that happened to me. Maybe they're right. Maybe this is how this is, I mean, it's going to be this way for a while until we get more answers, and I just don't know how to get more answers.
They're so elusive that I was thinking about that recently. They're so elusive that it's like you can't even get over the hump to try to learn anything about them. I mean, you're going to learn, other animals that we learn stuff about, we spend time with them. We watch, you can't even, it's so hard to even catch these things on film. How are you going to go the extra mile and then start learning?
Yeah, but you have people that say they've been with them for years. You still don't know anymore.
True. Yeah, I mean, you do. Just like, the lady from Tennessee, I forget her name, that said they lived with them for years.
Yeah.
But, even those folks, they're not getting off, where a lot of times where they live, where the Bigfoot live, they're still kind of seeing them on the Bigfoot's terms, so to speak.
Right.
It's just so hard I believe the government is learning stuff about them. They probably, shot them and tagged them, and then, watched and how they do, how they do. But it's just so hard for, that's why, I've never really been one to call myself a researcher, not because of any stigmatism or anything, but I just don't, I don't think I go to that extent with it. To be called, just to be called one.
All right.
But with the Isdall thing, that's the only thing that bothers me about that is that I can see him running some folks off. Maybe I think as time goes on, he'll soften up. Probably he'll probably see that.
Well, he's been out there
Um,
hunting big game all over the world. Of course, he's got that kind of attitude. He's doing things that most people would give their eye teeth to do if they're in that position where they like to hunt or love to hunt. But I'm sure he's been doing that, and he's been putting up with people, doing what he does for a long time. He's seen all kinds. There are people that, I mean, I know nurses and doctors that have just gotten hardened to normality because of all the people they've had to deal with. So I can kind of understand it. But he's not a researcher, nor does he want to be a researcher, so he shouldn't say anything about researchers who are actually trying to research the subject. Now, I'm not a researcher. You
uh,
know, I'm not a researcher at all. All I want to do is I want to learn. I don't have, I am not the type of person to get a piece of paper and pencil and write down everything that happens. I can't. I'm just not built that way. I want to go out and
right,
experience things, and I'll explain what's happened to me. But I'm not gonna take photographs and mark them down and pick up sticks or take pictures of sticks and write it down. The date and the time and the season. I'm not interested in any of that. I'm past. I just really want to know more about them. So, I mean, I'm not learning anything, Barry, sitting here at the window, not learning a thing except for what these guys are willing to do when I don't pay attention to them. That's about it.
right,
I'm not getting no closer to knowing what they are or what they want or anything about them by sitting in my window. This is a chicken's way of doing it, is sitting here. But I do go out in the woods, and I have no intention of sitting in my RV when I move. I plan on going out in the woods, but I'm not going out to prove they exist. You know what I'm saying?
right. And I would, I guess, if I could, but it's just not. I mean, anything you come out with, it's just people they're gonna say what they feel about it. They're gonna you got some folks picture comes out, they haven't looked into it, they ain't no idea. It looks fake to them, and then it's fake, and they'll start stamping fake on it.
Yeah.
I feel for the people that the stuff may be real because I mean I know it would definitely tick me off if I went to the extent to get some stuff like that and then some folks just crapped on it before they didn't even research it but that's the way it is I guess
Yep, I think you're
it's
right.
it's kind of I love doing it and I love the people. That's probably why I stayed in it is the people. Well, I know it is. It
Yeah.
used to be, for the rush, for the learning this and learning that. Just, but the people are what kind of will keep you in it.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, look at the crowd here that we have. We sit at a window. Yeah, we talk about all kinds of stuff, but when we do have activity around here, it can get pretty intense, and everybody knows I'm sitting up here at the window, so I'm not outside, shining flashlights to pretending it's eye shine, or paying my neighbor to go walk outside and close up a window. I mean that whatever happens happens, and I just sit here and watch, and people are watching. What is that noise out there that is making me crazy? Anyway, we're just watching, so people can either get him, Jamie. People can either sit here and watch and listen and enjoy what we're doing, or they can go to a channel where they really want the science part of it. I'm just at the point right now where I just wish I knew a little bit more about what they want, why they're here, that kind of stuff. And if I ever find out, I'd share it. But if I never find out, I don't think it's going to change anything. I think I'll just
I will,
keep doing what I'm doing.
I will tell you what I like to do to some people. And I don't tell a lot of folks new. I used to. I don't really tell anybody new. That I even look into it. I don't have time for the crap.
Yeah.
But you got a friend, or you got a friend. If you had a sign, you got a friend, relative, whatever, and they actually want to go to, probably a bear.
Yeah. Exactly.
The next time, every time from then till the end of time, if they mention an animal, I'm gonna look right at them and say, "Nah, it's probably a bear."
Now, why would you go and do that?
Just because. I mean, it's just Lucas has been trying to tell. Well, honestly, I think they learn a little bit. I think they finally get it. Okay, it was a dog. You're saying that it was a bear. You know, if you really thinks about it, it's just as ludicrous as you telling me I didn't see what I say that I saw.
Yeah.
To me,
Oh.
to me. But
I,
I can be a little bit of a smart aleck every now and then. So.
uh-huh, yeah, I know. We discussed that
But that
earlier.
bothers me. I mean, but you tell somebody you saw something, and it was probably a bear. And it's like, come on, seriously. I mean,
Well, if you're not.
it's not like bear running around Mississippi, left and right. But I honestly believe I can tell the difference between a bear and uh, something else, anything else.
I can
But
see the back end of it, running away and possibly being mistaken. But you see something upright, wider than a football player walking across the street, and I'm sorry, there's no way your brain's going to say bear. I don't care if you forced it to. You know what I'm saying? You can try all you want to convince yourself that was a bear, but you know better.
right,
And trying to convince somebody else is just not worth it.
and 99 times out of 100, whoever tells you that it's not real and this and that, most of them hadn't been out in the woods. Some of them ain't never been out really out in the woods. But yeah, you're gonna run into some hunters that are the same way. Don't believe. But most folks that honestly just put no faith in it, they're never even anywhere where they could have a sight.
Yeah.
And that kind of is aggravating too. You got people that are totally not experts telling somebody, not that any of us are, but we know a little bit more about it than them, trying to tell us what we saw and what we didn't see. I don't know. It's aggravating, I guess. It's when I talk about it, it's aggravating. That's what kind of why a lot of times I don't say a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because it is aggravating. And I've seen some people get dragged through the mud, and and actually thought I bet you they wish they had never said anything.
Yeah, exactly. I
Especially,
agree.
I mean, you tell, expect one of your best friends, a relative, and you literally get that laughing at you like you're crazy. Yeah, I bet you did see that. It's something that'll stick with you for a while. Um, Especially if you've gone through the traumatic experience anyway. I mean, I'm telling you right now, sitting in the truck watching one run across the road when it's running that fast and it's that big, it's traumatic. When
It,
you really sit there and think about it, okay, I'm camping a quarter mile from where I saw that. I mean, you can make it traumatic.
as fast as that thing it ran, you think 4 miles going to help you?
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's like the one from Bienville that went to. It left Bienville National Forest, which is east of Jackson, and went to Byron, Mississippi, which is south of Jackson. I mean, as a crow flies, that would have to be 30 miles, 35, 40 miles.
Oh my
And
goodness.
2.5 hours later, they were beating on his house.
Oh my gosh.
And
Two and a
that's
half
the
hours.
crazy. That's the crazy stuff. Just and of course you hear other encounters and stories about how fast they can get from point A to point B. It's amazing.
Yeah, when people say they're a blur, I mean, what you think of is, maybe a falling star or something. It just happens so quick. But even for those that have never seen one, think about how quick you can blink. I mean, blink and it's gone. And literally, I'm telling you, some of them are just that fast. I've seen it with
Right.
my own eyes out here where 1 minute they're there and then all of a sudden you see a flash. And I don't mean a flash of light, you just see a flash and they're gone. I mean, how fast can they possibly be?
Right.
I mean, seriously, how fast can they be if I didn't even give me time to turn my head to see where they went. My eyes couldn't move that fast.
Right.
And the one that was behind my truck that night was gone in a split second when Dusty pulled. Right, she didn't even pull into the driveway yet, and I mean that thing was gone in a second.
Right. And it's amazing just how fast they. I mean, and I'm not sure if that one hit the ground, but just you hear the people that talk about it when they're standing up and they straight to the ground. I mean, like less than a second. And I'm sure that's how some people think that they disappear. I think they do. Of course, well, we really know they do a lot more crawling than a lot of folks ever gave them credit for.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
I agree. Hi, Sherry. I'm coming to Oklahoma. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I mean, honestly, I am got to be the dumbest person on the planet moving up there, specifically into the boonies. Can't wait for another encounter. I am out of my ever loving mind.
no, you're not.
It's just
You
in
just
the
like you
blood
just, you
now.
just like you just like an adventure.
I love adventures. I can't help myself. That's just me. I love living on the edge. I think you'd think
Yeah.
after all these years I'd learn, but
Right. Now, did you tell me a little bit ago you had seen a UFO?
I didn't see it. All I saw, I was a kid. I think I was 8, 9, maybe. I don't even know. But we were at the beach, and my uncle just kept yelling at us. He was older than us. Kept yelling to run, 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 run. And all I saw was lights out on the water, above the water. But I just saw lights. And when he started to panic, we ran after him. And I mean, he was screaming for us to run. And we just started running. And then I felt this whoosh over my head. Didn't hear a sound, didn't see anything, and I mean it was a split second and it was gone. And we got into the house. He slammed the door. His face was snow white. I mean, he was scared to death. I couldn't tell you what I saw. Most people will tell you it was a UFO, but how the heck was I supposed to know? And think about then. I was this was in the 60s. So who knows? I mean, who knows?
It's amazing when you look at certain things. Well, they'll actually show you pictures from, 1,000 years before Christ that looks like it actually has a UFO in the background of it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
In a painting and so forth. Stuff like that just gets your mind going.
Yep, absolutely. Yes, Rick, we all know you love Snow White. Quiet, Tim. Anyways, I think eventually a lot of people will come to terms with the possibility of things out there, but I doubt in our lifetime it's ever going to be revealed unless they reveal themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless all of a sudden the earth is populated with aliens and boogers and DMs and lizard men and pterodactyls, and I don't think it'll ever be revealed unless they reveal themselves.
It'd be fun to go look for them.
Yeah, or that. Quiet Rick. I don't know. Like I said, the whole thing is just it's just an unknown to me. Anyway,
It got me off into a lot of just other stuff involving history and so forth. Alternative history. I really was big into that until after getting into Bigfoot and stuff, and you just well, take YouTube for example. You're just gonna keep throwing you some stuff up there, and you start watching a little bit of it, and Lord knows you're running down those rabbit holes. We're trying to figure something out about that.
yeah,
I think if we really knew I think if we knew how much we were lied to about stuff, that I'll just say I think we're lied to about a lot of stuff. I'll leave it at that.
yeah, I agree. I don't watch a lot of that YouTube stuff because, I just don't need to any more in my pea brain than I already have. But if it's of interest, if it has something to do with the possibility of, what I'm into right now, I'll check it out. And sometimes I stay and watch the whole thing, and sometimes I don't. My favorite thing to do is listen to people that aren't on everybody's channels constantly talking, talking, talking. I like listening to new people and like hearing their opinions. I mean, I think it helps me along with helping people, tell their stories. But it helps me a lot too because I really don't feel alone anymore in what I've encountered and what I've been through. And it's not like it tore me up to the point where I couldn't do anything, but you haven't had certain encounters, but you know that you know that you know. That's enough for people that are in the know, period. For me.
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying that word no because there's no other word. There's nothing else you can say. It's just bottom line, you know. And I want a lot of people to start opening up. I love listening to Cam and Dixie Cryptid and American Cryptid and anybody else who reads the stories. People call in or they write in, and I love listening to the stories because a lot of these, believe it or not, happened back in the 70s and 80s and 60s, and even before that, they're reading stories from all these people, and that just validates. And I think that's what originally I was looking for, is just a little bit of validation. Because it's not that people don't believe you, but people here that are friends and people that trust me and believe what I'm saying. It's not 100% that. You need validation from people that have been through their own, because everybody sees these things on a different level. What might shock you might not shock the next person. They might just blow it off. But vice versa, what you could go through, maybe they can't. Just the differences in people is what I think interests me the most. How they interpret their feelings about the whole cryptid world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you've got a nice square head on your shoulders, and when you get down there, I'm really excited for when you get down there, and because you're going in with your eyes open, Barry.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad. I've done a lot of things with Martin Noble and Larry Porch. I'm glad I got a couple guys that I've actually been out and researched with.
Yeah.
Um, and the rest of them seem. I mean, just like Jam Up, just good people. I think he did a great job on who he chose. Uh, uh, you know, I, I think it's going to be great. I'm hoping we can do that. It's life, so there's bound to be some kind of little drama, but hopefully it'll stay to a minimum.
Yeah, you
Um,
guys are going to be there how long?
oh Lord, a week, 8 days.
8 days.
Yeah, I think, yeah, 8 days.
Wow.
It's gonna be a
Well,
long, and it sounds like you think of it sounds like a long time. That time's gonna go by so fast once you finally get there, because we've all been looking forward to it for so long.
yeah.
Uh, you just want. I mean, you literally feel like I don't know if I've had the feeling of a kid on Christmas Day in a long
Really?
time, but I got it with this.
Wow. I don't know if I'd have that kind of feeling, but I'd be excited for sure. I mean, absolutely
I,
excited for
I,
sure.
would- I do. I mean, it is, but it's fun to me. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. A lot of things could go wrong. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're gonna mess with anything out in the woods like that, you probably need to come to the realization that one wrong move, one just a certain animal getting lucky, and it could cost you your life. I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta be cautious, be this, be that. But of course, not only myself, but I'm sure the other guys too look and think about stuff like that. I mean, I'm not trying to go down there and get hurt. I mean, I'm really not. I want to go down there and have even more experiences to talk about. I mean, I'm not looking to, and I don't want anybody else to get hurt while we're down there. So I mean, I think we'll be pretty smart about
I do
a lot of
too.
the things we can do.
I do too, Barry, and I really believe that you guys are all going to have each other's back. So I'm not as concerned as I was in the beginning, and now apparently the location has changed. So there's a lot of things that are different, than in the
Yeah.
beginning. And I'm glad you guys are going. I hope you have a good time. I hope you guys all stay safe. I know there's a lot of people that are praying for you guys, and
And,
yeah, I
and
think it.
thank y'all for that too. That does mean a lot. We've all talked about that amongst ourselves. Don't think we haven't.
Oh,
And anybody that donated too.
oh yeah,
Thank you for. I mean, because people didn't have to do that. They didn't.
right.
It's humbling when you're looking at both of them. Not
Oh,
only the prayer, but all the people that they gave just a little bit. But I'm sure a lot of them didn't really have it to give, but they did anyway. Um,
yep. I know how that
we,
feels. Trust me. I've been humbled a couple of times by this group. All right. Well, anybody have any questions for Mr. Barry? Jeff wants to know if you have a PayPal link, Barry.
No.
No, he does not, Jeff. I am so glad that you agreed to come on here because I didn't have anybody for tonight. And look at that. Did you notice that it stopped raining as soon as we got started?
I didn't, but I'm glad it did. I noticed after we planned it, it was Friday the 13th. I'll be doggone. She told me in the Friday the 13th. Ain't that something? But
Yeah. Let's
I
see.
had to come. I had to
Barry,
come on before. I
how
had to come
much?
on before Bell's gonna knock it out of the park Sunday night.
Oh, I'm
It,
sure. Rick, I didn't catch what you said. Good night, Jamie. Hello, all my new people, and hello, my lurkers. Do they use game cameras? How often do the boogers come by? What are you talking about, Rick? I'm sure he's being bad. I'm sure Rick is being bad. He's in all caps, but you know, that's just how he is. I'm not
I
sure if
don't.
it's a real question or if
I,
he's
I
joking.
I don't use game cameras. I mean, uh, I would use, if I was talking to somebody who's having problems with them, and I know Rick has given that advice out before with the game cameras. As far as keeping them at bay from the high, and I know that's getting on a touchy subject. But I personally don't because I mean, look at the thousands of pictures that are taken, and you may get one every now and then. A lot of times, if you do get one, you're probably gonna get its back because it's gonna back up to it with its back to it. Uh, I've seen a few pictures like that. And I'll be honest with you, I think most people that get good, honest to goodness shots on game cams, most of them ain't even letting them out.
He says, like, do they use game cameras? How often do the boogers come by?
I'm not exactly sure what he's asking, D.
I'm not sure what he's asking either. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's joking around or if he's serious, but I didn't understand what that meant. Try again, Rick. This time speak English. You egg. Hey, Bobby. Yeah, that's what I said. What did he say, Jamie? Because I missed it. Apparently, I missed what he said. Whoa. At the property they're going to in Florida, you nit.
Oh, wow.
How many acres of land?
Oh, a little shy of 7,000. Like
7,000?
around somewhere between 6,500 and 7,000 acres. Yeah, I think
Wow.
half. You got half of it's pasture, half of it's woodland. Woods, and you probably I think it was 200-300 acres of swamp on it. They are. And I'm trying to think. I'm trying to only say stuff that I know Carrie said. Um, I know they don't hunt the property anymore because people are scared to hunt it. The owner of it will not stay there overnight.
Really?
Um, and I believe they've got multiple properties around the country, so it's not anything that's they're not doing somewhere else. But I like it better because I think you're gonna have a better chance. This is gonna be a whole different. They're gonna act a whole bit different on this property than they were the other one because the other being national land, they're probably gonna be more used to people. These down here pretty much have had the run of this place. Um,
Okay, wait a minute. At the property, do the owners use game cams? How often is the activity and do they live on it?
no, they do not live on it. Like I said, he will not. He told Gary he will not stay out there at night anymore. He will not
Wow.
stay out there, especially by himself. I do know they're pretty bold about what they do down there. I know he's on his tractor one day, and it's a tractor which got the glass in it with the air conditioning and so forth. And it's one screamed close to him, and he felt it before he heard it. All the way, into that tractor, all the windows shut up, radio playing, and everything.
Dang.
Um, so
So they're irritated boogers then, huh?
they're gonna be, yeah. Well, it's it's gonna be a whole different. I think they're gonna have a whole different demeanor to them. But I think it's as far as getting something that's on film, that we probably have a better chance with this group than we did the others. I know it the land butts up to Seminole Indian Reservation, and that's no telling how many acres are there. So I mean, these things got the they, they're moving around down there. Um,
He
they
said,
seem
so
to,
if
but
so,
I know. Go ahead.
well, I missed it. I can only when they especially when they type that much. If it lasts for about a second and I can't read it, So I can't remember what he said. Rick, you're writing too much too fast. Remember, I can only see 2 lines. I'm on my iPhone. I don't know how you can do it. Well, he uses his computer so he can read them better than I can. But they don't live on the property. I know that the people don't live on the property. I don't know about game cams. Do they use game cameras?
I'm assuming that they do. I do not recall Gary saying either way.
Okay,
No,
so they don't know. Okay, so they don't know how often the activity is. I'm worried about the timeline if y'all be there and the booger's not. Okay, so I see what he's saying now. Okay, do they have game cameras to tell them how often the boogers are on the property? And he's worried about you guys getting down there and it's the time when they're not actually around there. Or do you think the boogers live there all the time?
I don't. I'm just to be honest about it, I don't know exactly. As far as how the game cameras and how often they're seeing them, that's a legitimate concern. We're not that far away from the original spot that we chose. We have talked about that. If we get there and there's just nothing happening, I imagine we'll go back to Plan A.
The owners aren't there all the time. How often do they go there?
I think he's there a week at a time, maybe a week, maybe a week, a month, maybe, and that's a guess, just from what I'm just hearing.
Well, I know there's a lot of stuff that you can't tell us, and that's fine. If you're not allowed to tell us, you can just go ahead and say that. That's fine too. I have no problem with that. It's just, I know there's a big piece of property. I know there's some place that you guys specifically are going. I know it's an undisclosed area. And I was just, like Rick said, just wondering, if the people live on the property, they know they're there all the time. They know they're there part-time, or in the heat of the summer, are they around, or they only come down during the cooler weather? I mean,
it sounded like they were there all the time. That specific question wasn't asked, but just from everything else that we talked about, it sounded like they were. And it also sounded like he's getting something. Well, I'll put it this way. He told us, he said, you go to the property, he goes, you're going to hear them. Because I have no doubt in my mind. He said, you will hear the first time you ever step foot on that property.
Okay.
He said, because everybody hears it.
Okay. All right, so there's your answer, Rick. Hello, Chef.
That's a definite concern, though. But yeah, we have talked about that as far as having to go back to the original property. Of course, private property, with the weapons and anything else is just seems a lot better option, actually.
Yeah.
I hope it turns out to be. I think it will be.
Yeah.
We'll have to just wait. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, Rick, he did say that if there's nothing there, they're going to go to a different location. Hello, Andy. Goodbye, Andy. God bless you. And whoever else left that I missed, I'm very, very sorry. It's really hard to keep up with the chat tonight, plus watching outside. I apologize for that, guys. My bad.
I'm hoping that with nobody staying there, nobody's really hunting anymore, that, you move 10 or 12 people in there for a week. I'm hoping that, they're going to come see us. I don't see how they wouldn't, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I hope so too, for you guys' sake. Hi, Southern Cal. Well, I do. I hope for you guys' sake that it's not a wasted trip. I don't think it will be, but you never know. But either way, I'm glad you're getting a chance to join the group and that you're going to be down there. I can't wait to hear the results. I know that you guys are probably going to have to sign disclosure agreements and all that kind of stuff. non-disclosures and whatever, because it's going to be, you know, posted somewhere else. But after it's all said and done, I'm going to invite you back on if you want, and then you can share after it's all been paid for and whatever, if you don't
Oh,
mind.
I'd love to.
Well, great. Thank you very much, Mr. Barry. I appreciate you coming on. Really appreciate you coming on. It's nice to hear your voice. And if you have, well, I'm going to be gone for a while. I don't know when I'm going to be back, but anyway, if you get a chance, text me while you're down there and give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're okay so I can pass it on to the group.
Will do. And I know they're planning on doing, I think, nightly, going live nightly on Danielle's channel.
I didn't know they were going to go live. I thought they were going to check in, but I didn't know they were going to go live.
And I may have that wrong, but it's either or. But I know they were going to try to do it daily. You know, checking in, just letting everybody know how things were going. You know, as much as we can.
Okay, well, everybody on here wishes you the best of luck out there, and we're all praying for you, and we hope you have a great time. And yeah, we're going to welcome you back when you get back, so you can climb on here and tell us your encounters and what happened and how you felt. I'm really interested to hear how things go. And so is everybody else. Everybody's all excited for you guys, too. I know there's a lot of people that can't wait for this to happen. And as you get closer, I'm sure you're going to get a little bit more nervous. But once you get down there, I think you're going to be just fine.
Oh, yeah.
But again, thank you very... What? Sorry.
Nothing. No. I was just going to say thank you. And again, thanks to everybody who's praying. Everybody, you know, like I said, anybody that gave anything. I mean, anybody's just going to tune in and watch the live, you know, when we come to them next week. We appreciate it all. We really do.
Well, you've been great fun, and I thank you again for agreeing to come on. I appreciate your time. And
thank you.
God bless you, and you can jump on the chat. I'll stay on for a little while longer. You can join us on there if you'd like, and then we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. God bless you.
You too. God bless y'all. Good night.
Bye. Well, there you go, Mr. Barry. And that was awesome. I absolutely love hearing people's ideas and opinions. So who else is anybody else on here going? JJ's going, right? That's what I said, Jeff. He shouldn't have been nervous because he's really, he just knows what he knows, you know what I'm saying? He understands what he's out there for, and I don't think he should be nervous. I think he's a little bit more nervous picking up that camera and being out there than anything else, but I'm excited for him, really excited. And I hope it goes well. I hope the weather holds out for them out there and they don't have any problems. But yeah, I'm excited. And kind of a little on the nervous side for everybody out there. Let me tell you, I've been out there in the swamps in Florida, and I don't want to go back. I don't think I'll ever go back. It's a dangerous place. I didn't have much fun. We actually had to sit on the side of the road for like 4.5 hours to wait for an alligator to cross the road when I was on Alligator Alley. They wouldn't let you. There's no place to drive around them. Sorry, you have to sit there and wait. I don't know, Oz. Yeah, I'm going to try, JJ, but see, I'm going to miss a lot of that when we move. That's going to irritate me because the timing is just off. I hope they're not aggressive, Cherie. I'm really hoping that they're... Ooh, I got to close part of this window. Dang, it's cold. Eye shine to the left. You mean the far left across the street, Tim? I'm hoping, Sherry, if everything goes right, on the 23rd we should sign the paperwork for the house to be sold, and then we'll be moving with that week, the 23rd, to Oklahoma. No, on the far left across the street, Tim, that is actually a light, but it's flickering on and off because there are leaves in the way. Have you guys not heard the clicks all night out here? The noises? They've been doing that since I started the live stream. I must have heard it 7, 8 times. Yeah, I think so too, Rick. I think that's one of the reasons that they are a little bit more aggressive down there. Look at all that hair they have. Around the Tallahena area, Sherry? Not quite, but that's the closest town I can think of. Where are you at, Sherry? Aren't you in the north? Up there by Chris? Did Ramona leave? Enid. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, I can imagine that, Rick. I would agree with that. And they do have a sort of a winner there, if you want to call it that. She left. Oh. I was going to ask for prayer for her. So how is everybody tonight? Thank you very much for coming on here and listening to the live chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are great. You show a lot of these guys support, and I appreciate it. I absolutely love listening to them. Thank you, Cherie. I don't know. You think they actually will, Rick, or you think they're going to keep it? Thank you, Jules. Tim. Yes, we do. We're going to have to do something about Shane. Did he say anything about his wife's surgery? Oh, I am too, Southern Cal. He actually hurt my feelers. Shane isn't doing well. Why is Shane not doing well? How's his wife? Okay, I'm gonna have to get with him. I know, right? That's what I'm asking, Jeff. Is this a coup basically to push it out there? Hi, Val. Oh, you're funny. He needs his medicine and they need food. I thought his wife was in the hospital. Thought she was having stomach surgery. Hey, Mike. Oh, good Lord. It happens all at the same time every... No, I have to go to the computer. I couldn't do that here while I was on with him, and I couldn't do it on my phone, so now I'm going to have to go fix Chris's... And when I started looking, when I left you guys for a second, I couldn't find his picture that he sent me, and... Yeah. Shane did what, Rick? But I will find Chris's name on YouTube and reinstate him if I can. I don't know how he got booted in the first place, but he's not the only one. Booger faces, Mike. Okay, thank you, Jamie. I'll have to go there. Jamie didn't block him. Don't tell stories, Rick. You're a bad boy. Bad boy. All right, I'll go to the computer real quick and leave you guys here and go restore him. Chat with Barry. Chris's YouTube channel. Come on, work with me. About. It doesn't say I can do that at about. It just says stats and join. There's nothing here, Jamie. Hit the flag. It says report user. Oh, unblock user. Yay! Thank you, Jamie. Woo! Yeah, Shane's got a PayPal. I'll have to go back and look at it. So, there you go, Chev. Thank you. Oh, hello, Chev. How are you, sweetie? Yay, Chris. Yeah, I think they're gonna be fine. It's always at this time of the month. Hey, Wild Man. That's why I said earlier, Wild Man. I told everybody about it, but I hadn't watched it yet. How you doing, Chev? We headed out to Oklahoma today because we were supposed to meet the guy that is going to lay down the road base for us, and it was pouring, so we called him and he said it was worse there. So we decided to make it for tomorrow, and I just looked at the weather and it's supposed to rain tomorrow too. So, oh, you're so sweet, Chev, thank you. Excuse me. So now we're gonna have to see if he won't mind showing up on Sunday, and if not, it's supposed to rain the entire week, including thunderstorms from Monday to Friday. I'm like, oh my Lord. What did Duke have on his today? What are you doing, Tim? You crazy. Oh, is Barry back on here? Thank you again, Barry. You did great. There was no reason for you to be nervous. You did wonderful. I appreciate you. I had a good time. Yeah, he is. What was Duke talking about? Oh, okay, Pappy, thank you. Yeah, I think someone said that the audio wasn't very good. Janice Carter? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Chev, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is. Listen to that wind. Yes, I'm gonna try very hard to, Cherie. I have Belle that'll be on Sunday. Then I have Monday open and Wednesday open. And then that'll be my last day will be Wednesday because we'll only have from Wednesday until the following Tuesday to actually be moving out of the house. Interesting, huh? This should be fun. I'm going to ask you guys to pray for me. Good grief. I don't know how we're going to do this. It's going to take an act of God between the weather and us trying to get everything moved out. And the kids still don't have a place to go. So we haven't found any place for them yet. And Dusty still hasn't gotten a job. And I mean, she's got more applications out than she has ever had. And that girl has never been without work, ever. So this is kind of, way out there. I appreciate you guys keeping me in your prayers. I'm going to try, Jules. We'll have a lot to do when we first get there, but I'm going to try to do videos and then run to town because I won't have any internet. I run to town and upload them. Yeah, we will, Rick. What is this stuff about toilet paper? Quit. I'm losing my marbles. No, we have a 300 square foot RV. I can't put 9 people in there. We might end up if they don't find a place to live, they might end up having to stay with friends and us putting all their stuff into a storage unit, which I don't want to do. But Tallahena, Jules. It's 20 acres. Found lots of sign. 2 good prints. 2 really good prints. Pretty big too. In fact, my picture that I uploaded, you can see my foot up against it. That thing's, twice the size of mine. Thank you, Chev. Anybody that can help Shane out, I appreciate it. They don't need very much. They never do, but I think the last time we asked for money for them, they kept it so low. I mean, really low. I think they only said something like $30 or $60. It was really low, but that's not enough to feed anybody. So yes, I know I'm a rookie, but there's a nice big X out there. But other than that, I didn't see anything. Of course, we weren't really looking. We were just looking at the property. Some kids pulled up on an ATV and were shocked when they saw us standing there. All 4 of them, their mouths wide open. They were like, oh my gosh, we got caught. So I told them that they could have fun on the property until we move in, and I'm going to put a fence back there because I really don't want the kids, coming up that close on the ATVs. So back on the back part of the property, I'll use the fence that's in the front and just close that off. But they've got ruts from those ATVs just all over the back. And you can tell when you drive up the road where they live and all their trails. So they've been doing it for quite a while. Okay, Rick, you can do that. No camo dudes close, thank God, JJ. You know what I was thinking? I ought to send my drone over to theirs. Wouldn't that be funny? Payback. I'll send my drone over to their military base over there. No 9mm. Remember, I don't have any more guns. All my guns are gone. Paybacks. Hi, Chris. Welcome back. I really don't know how you got kicked off, Chris. I asked everybody and nobody did. But you're not alone, hon. Other people have been too. They think that somebody here was mad at them. It wasn't us. And then I watched a video today of somebody else that had that problem. People kept getting kicked off their channel. Tell them, Chris. Wouldn't that be fun, Southern Cal? Thank you, Rick. I saw that. I'll go check it out later. Yep, I do have a crossbow now. And when I went to Walmart, I bought one of those air horns. Meow. No, you're not. Are you broken, Matt? There's no fence in the backyard there, Jeff. I'll just do it in my neighbor's, right above my neighbor's house. Yuck, 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 yuck. Serves them right. Too bad I can't get somebody over here before I leave and shoot down that black box as I'm pulling out of the driveway. Yes, Jamie is a doll. Thank you very much, Jamie. It pays to have someone that knows computer. Not broken. Very good. Ooh, thank you, Martha. Let's keep J-Lo in our prayers. No, not me, Jeff. I'd like to do it on my way out. Yeah, I remember Chev, he did. I'm sorry, Chris. All right, all right, all right. Rick, I'll go check it out. Chill out, monkey. I have to find out what Rick sent. Hold on. I hope everybody can hear it, too.
When the booger goes up to take a pee, I'm going to kick him in the asshole.
Ooh, bad boy. Did you hear him swear? Did you hear him swear? Oh my goodness, you're bad. You are so bad. I'm never listening to you again. Very important. No, that wasn't very important. That was very bad. Rick swore. Bad, bad booger. Bad booger. Everybody tell him how bad he is. So how do you feel, Barry? Yes, you did. Don't stick up for him, Pappy. No, I'm not going to show no picture. No, I won't play it again. Ooh, Chris, Nope, I'm not playing it again. No, Rick is not an angel. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. You guys can listen to it. I'm not listening to it again. I consider it a swear word. If it was me, I'd time him out for saying bad words. I'm allowed, you know. Hey, Barry. Yeah, I know, right, Nita? They're all bad. Oh, I don't go to that one, Gator. Mm-mm. I know, right? Where'd Barry disappear to? I'm not repeating nothing. You can't catch me doing that. Not happening. Okay, so how do you feel now, Barry? Hey, Tony. Oh, it was so nice. I told everybody. Praise God, hallelujah. Praise God, hallelujah. I am so stoked, it's crazy. Good. Stop it, you boys. Don't laugh at them, Jeff. They're not funny. You see me trying to stop smiling? They're bad. I'm telling you. They're bad. I bet you never guessed what I bought at the store today. Aren't they, Jamie? No toilet paper. No. No, I didn't buy toilet paper. Ah. No, I didn't buy toilet paper. Yeah. Ah. No. Probably, Mike. They're bad. I bought alcohol. It's called something clear. Everclear. It's called Everclear. No, I'm not. What do you think about that, Rick? Oh my gosh. Hey, Sass. Nothing, don't worry about. No, I actually bought alcohol. I bought Everclear. Don't know what it is, but you know. Yeah. Well, I have to start making my tinctures, and where are you going now, Rick? uh, yeah, I had to buy some to make. I've got all these herbs here, and I can't get them put into their bottle. But I think I'm gonna get started. Well, yeah, that's what they said. Yeah, I wasn't. When I was a kid, and when I was growing up, and I drank, it was just beer. I didn't like mixed drinks. My favorite was beer. I loved beer. Well, it works great if you're gonna make the stuff that I'm making. That's what they said to use. Get Everclear. So they'll be sitting on the shelf for probably about 6 to 8 months. Be some pretty strong stuff. But it even says on the bottles of the stuff that I buy that they use grain alcohol, so I felt like an idiot walking into the liquor store. I have never been in a liquor store here in Arkansas in my life. And as bad as I look, I bet you they thought I was a pure alcoholic. Anyways, I can't wait to make my stuff. I get excited about doing stuff like that. I have the mullein that's all dried out. Oh, I don't know. Nope, I don't have to. You can't make me. Ha 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 ha. Good idea, Jeff. I don't know I don't know why, but I think this toilet paper frenzy is just hysterical. I can't stop laughing. What person got that started? Oh no, I don't have any cannabis. I ain't been doing that either. Mullen, not mullet. Yep, survival supplies. And boy, I've got a cupboard full of everything you can imagine. Stop it, Matt. That is the craziest thing I've heard. What's it going to do? Stop the coronavirus? I mean, really? Tim, look what you started, Rick. No wonder I call you an egg. Bad boys. You better not go outside. Tony, stay inside. Exactly, Pappy. Every single place here is going to be backed up. I know, right, Jamie? What, are they all drinking tonight or what? Oh my goodness, Chris. There's no point. Good grief. Don't you join them, wild man. Chev, you too? Oh my gosh, that's it. You're all grounded. They're bad, Mike. You don't need to be going outside. You need to stay in the house. You don't need Mountain Dew either. Bad stuff, Chris. Bad, bad stuff. But there wasn't one place to buy even hand sanitizer, so I have to make my own. Exactly, Peppy. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I think since everybody's on the ice kick tonight, that maybe I'll just end the chat tonight. Tonight, Mike, yeah, I don't know what's going on. But I think I'll just end the live chat. Everybody can go play with their ice. And we will see Belle on Sunday. Right, Belle? And I'll let you guys go play. Well, they're all, nah, no, yeah, I understand, me, Nita. Yeah. Okay. Well, excuse me again. Thank you again, Barry. We really appreciate you. I'm glad you're back, Chris. Thank you very much, Jamie, for showing me how to do that. And I will end the live chat tonight, and we will be back on Sunday. Yep, I'm definitely leaving. And I hope you guys come back on Sunday with no ice. Otherwise, it's going to be a very short show. And I would ask you guys to please pray for Shane's wife. Hey, Quinn. God bless you, sweetie. You need something. Please pray for Shane's wife. Please keep Vanessa in your prayers. J-Lo in your prayers. Shane also in your prayers. Keep Ramona and her family in your prayers. For Chev, for Kevin, and for everybody else that needs prayers. I thank you guys for being here tonight. I love you all. God bless you. And I will see you on Sunday. And all of you guys that are into the ice, yeah. Good night.